The House will now come to order. The Pledge of Allegiance this morning will be led by Elon Pfeiffer, Colorado Connections Academy, Westminster, Colorado, and Jackson Francis, Meiklejohn Elementary, Arvada, Colorado.
Please join us in saying the pledge.
Mr. Connor, please call the roll. There's your certificate.
Representatives Arndt, Baisley, Beckman, Benavides, Byrd,
Excused.
Bachenfeld, Buck, Buckner,
Present.
Winteo, Caraveo, Carver, Catlin, Coleman, Cutter, Cutter. Okay. Thank you. Duran, Escar, Exum, Froelich, Galindo, Garnett, Geithner, Gonzalez Gutierrez, Gray, Hanson, Herod,
Oh, that's why you're actually
Putin, Humphrey, Humphrey,
Excused.
Jackson, Marquez Lewis, Kennedy, Kip, Kraft-Tharp, Kraft-Tharp, Landgraf, Larson, Lewis, Liston, Lontine, McCluskey, McKean, McLaughlin, Melton, Michelson Janae, Mullica, Neville, Pelton, Ransom, Rich, Roberts, Sane, Sandridge, Singer, Sirota, Representative Sirota. Oh, there she is. Thank you. Snyder, Soper, Soper, Sullivan, Tipper, Titone, Valdez, A, Valdez, D,
Good morning, Colorado.
Van Winkle, Weissman, Williams, Wilson, Madam Speaker Becker,
Excused. With 61 present, 3 excused, no absence, 1 vacant, we do have a quorum. Are there any? Oh, Representative Duran.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I move that the reading of the Journal of Tuesday, February 12, 2019 be dispensed with and approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You've heard the motion that the journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion passes regardless. Are there any announcements? Representative Kraft-Tharp.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. So members, could you all please join me in welcoming 2 special groups today? My constituents from House District 29 are here today for House District 29 Day at the Capitol, sitting over here. And then the Jefferson County Business Lobby is here, and I think they're right up here. Everybody, if we could wave and say hello and welcome from Jefferson County. Thank you.
Welcome to the Capitol. Representative Valdez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. Members, tomorrow Adams State University will be here on the first floor at 8 a.m. Hope to see you all there, and go Adams. Go Grizzlies.
Representative Danae Esgar and Representative Harrod, Representative Jaquez Lewis, Representative Valdez, Representative Galindo, and Representative Tatone. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. Members, you may see some colorful garments on us today. It is, in fact, One Colorado's LGBT Day here at the Capitol. You have many constituents who are here today who are going to be asking to speak with you about things that concern them. So I'm excited. They're not quite over here yet, but they're on their way here. So we just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody who took time out of their day to come here and show you all that they are a part of your community and want to ask you questions. So on behalf of the LGBT caucus, welcome to LGBT Lobby Day if you're here yet. Yay. Oh, go ahead. And also, if you are so inclined and do not have lunch plans, there is a lunch across the street at the Baptist Church in the basement at noon with One Colorado. So please, if you have time and need some lunch, go hang out with some of your constituents. They'd love to see you there.
Come on out.
Thank you. Are there any more announcements or introductions? Yes, Representative Larson. Soper, excuse me. Representative Soper.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chair. There's members. I have some very special guests in the gallery.
Representative, let's hold on.
Okay. Well, thank you, members. I have some very special guests to me in the gallery. I'd like to introduce you to my mother and father and my fiance. It's their first time to visit the gallery and to be able to watch us here. And I just wanted to introduce them to you. Thank you.
Welcome to the Capitol. Are there any more introductions? Yes, Representative Ransom and Mr. Assistant Minority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. We're really excited to introduce several members of our school board, the Douglas County School Board, Dr. David Ray, and we have 2 members, Wendy Vogel and Krista Holtzman are here, and then a couple of parents are here too. So they're doing a DCSD Day at the Capitol, and it's our locally elected school board from Douglas County. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Representative Lontine.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. To the Health and Insurance Committee members, just to let you know, we are starting at 2:30 today That's 2:30, when we will be hearing House Bill 1150, 1103, and 1154. We expect that the Public Health Committee might need a little extra time, and as we share some members, we decide to delay our start just a little bit to give them a little extra time. So remember, 2:30. See you then.
Representative Landgraf.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. Members, I had dozens and dozens of emails yesterday from people asking me how my son was doing.
Yep.
He had a kidney removed at about 10 o'clock on Monday night, and when I left yesterday, he was doing pretty well. So I wanted to thank you and just let you know all that at once so I don't have to keep sending out texts. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Landgraf. We were all praying for your son. Representative Hansen and Representative Arndt.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. And members, we have some very special guests with us today. Today is International Education Day, as I was announcing yesterday. They provided some yummy breakfast for us this morning. But we've got 10 of the students with us on the far side of the chamber in the back corner. They are from India and Hungary and Libya and Vietnam and Saudi Arabia. We are so glad that they are here. Such an important part of the educational landscape in Colorado are the 12,000 international students that are studying here in Colorado. Economic impact of about $40 million. Thank you very much for your tuition. We very much appreciate that. But this is so important for our students to have this type of exposure when they're in undergrad. And of course, as we send our students overseas to many of these countries, it's such an important part of your rounding out your education. And we're very happy to have you here.
Representative Arndt.
And I also like to join in, and also thanks to the work of Colorado State University, where we all know, or should know by now, that the Peace Corps had a big, CSU and people there had a big role in starting the United States Peace Corps. So while we welcome our international students, we also encourage our students to please join the Peace Corps, teach overseas, work overseas, and mix it up.
Thank you. Representative Van Winkle, Mr. Assistant Minority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. Good morning, members. Today is the 2019 Day at the Capitol, hosted by the Colorado Nonprofit Association and the Colorado Association of Founders. From 11:45 to 1 p.m., you're invited to attend a presentation of 2 new economic impact studies at the McNichols Building at 144 West Colfax. First, the Economic Activity Study of the Denver Metro Cultural Forum and the Colorado Business Committee of Arts. Second, a sneak preview of the Colorado Nonprofit Economic Impact Report, which will be available later this week at cononprofitimpact.org. Here are a few highlights. There are over 23,000 nonprofits in Colorado. They account for more than 11% of the state's GDP. For every $1 million in spending, nonprofits create 10 jobs compared to 7 jobs created from the profit sector. And nonprofits directly employ nearly 190,000 Coloradans. Please help us welcome the foundation and nonprofit leaders who took time to visit us at the Capitol today.
Thank you. We have a balcony full. Representative McKean.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. It's an honor to serve with you.
It's an honor to serve with you as well.
And so many people here who've worked for nonprofits. A big hello from the profit side of the House, too. So just thank you for being here very much.
Representative Gray.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. It feels like that should be a finable thing. I don't know if it is.
We should look into that.
Transportation and Local Government Committee, we will be meeting this afternoon at 1:30 to hear House Bill 1087 and House Bill 1175. Thanks.
Representative McCluskey and Michelson. Oh, just Representative McCluskey.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I am excited because snow got in the way last week, and we have the rescheduling of our Early Childhood Leadership Commission event tonight with Governor Polis. It is 5 to 6:30 at the Colorado Trust Building. Come by. This is about our kids. This is about what the commission is doing to make sure that kids are learning and reading and healthy from the earliest of years. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Representative Michelson, Janae.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I have received permission from the Majority Leader to be absent on February 22nd, and I'm asking for your approval.
Thank you, Representative, and that request is approved. Representative Buck.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And tomorrow morning we'll have the Northern Colorado Leadership Program. They will be at the Capitol in the basement and would love to have you join us. I know it's earlier than you normally get to the floor, but if you could swing by and welcome them to the Capitol, I would appreciate it. And Madam Speaker.
And Representative
Madam
Arndt.
Thank you. I believe it's Madam Speaker Pro Tem.
Yes.
You guys, this is a super important announcement. It's about the clothing swap next week, and we're not goofing around. We need those donations, men or women. You can bring them to Edie's office, Representative Hooten's office, and lobby if you're listening. This includes you. This is for staff, aides, interns, lobbyists. We're going to get together 5 o'clock, Representative Hooten's office, and we will have some wine and some snacks, and we're going to swap out the clothes and donate the rest. So get those donations coming, and it's a great time.
Representative Lewis? Oh, excuse me, Representative Buck, did you want to make another announcement?
Yes, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I have to tell you, I got a lot of clothes last year, so I am very blessed, and I'm happy to take as many as I can this year as well. So if you don't want me to do that, please come and enjoy the swap. And good morning, Daniel.
Representative Hooten. Representative Hooten.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. And just FYI, for those, it's really fine if you just bring any clothing to my desk. That would be fine, and then we can take it to the office so you don't have to go into the catacombs of the building looking for me. Thank you.
Representative Lewis.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem, and good morning.
Good
Today's
morning.
the day the Colorado Independent Cattle Growers come to town, and you received an invitation about 3 weeks ago on your desk. At noon, if you're free, go across to the State Services Building, 6th floor in the big conference room. We'd love to have you join us, and it's a great day to have the people from off the land come into town. Thank you very much.
Representative Kraft Tharp.
Thank you. Members, Business Affairs and Labor Committee has 4 bills scheduled today. House Bill 1118, Senate Bill 23, House Bill 1166, and House Bill 1117 at 1:30. Thank you.
Representative Arndt.
This is a record for me. Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I have received permission from the Majority Leader and the Minority Leader to be absent on Thursday and Friday this week, so I can go train the Delaware Legislature in civility with my Republican colleague from Wyoming. Thank you.
Thank you. And Representative Arndt will be excused for the time requested. Thank you. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. It's an honor to serve with you.
And it's an honor to serve with you.
Members, I just wanted to bring to your attention this letter that was put on your desk that outlines the process if you want to do an interim committee. If you want to do an interim committee, you have to make sure you go through this process. If you have questions about this letter, feel free to either ask me or the Minority Leader. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Are there any more introductions or announcements? Seeing none. The next order of business is a national memorial. Consideration of a national memorial. Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I move Senate Joint Memorial 19001 and ask that it not be read at length.
Thank you. Mr. Randall, please read the title of SJM 19-001.
Senate Joint Memorial 1 by Senator Crowder, also Representative Escar, memorializing the United States Congress to fulfill the commitment of the federal government to provide funding for the Arkansas Valley Conduit Project.
Thank you. Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. Members, please sit. This is more technical in nature than what memorials tend to be. But I wanted to really just bring to the attention quickly before we move on a vote on this. This is a memorial that's gone through the Senate unanimously, came through our House Rural Affairs Committee unanimously. Back in 1962, the Arkansas Valley Conduit was authorized by the United States Congress as part of the Frying Pan Arkansas Project. In fact, in committee, and I didn't bring it with me today, I have a picture of JFK in Pueblo kicking off that project. We're asking our delegation to really make sure that they fulfill their commitment to providing sufficient funding for the construction of the Arkansas Valley Conduit that has yet to be completed. Again, 1962, this entire project started. We're still waiting for this part to make sure that we can provide safe drinking water to over 50,000 people that live along the Arkansas Valley, and this conduit was intended to provide that safe drinking water to them. 15 of the 40 water systems in the Arkansas Valley Conduit are already in violation of clean water standards due to the presence of radionuclides, and we're really asking, there is a substantial amount of money that is needed to get this completed, but there's also money being set at the table to help offset those costs. We're asking to make sure that our federal delegation fulfills this promise that was made in 1962 and help us complete the construction of this. That's what this memorial is asking for, and I would appreciate the support of the House.
Thank you, Representative Escar. Would you like to move for the adoption? You already did that? Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is for the adoption of SJM 19-001, and we have Representative D. Valdez who wishes to speak.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I just want to thank Representative Escar for bringing Senate Joint Memorial 19-001. I fully support the means to address water quality and available issues in the Arkansas River Basin for the farmers and ranchers and municipalities, for the need of quality and quantity of water, for Pueblo, and for Southern Colorado. I ask for your support, and you got my full support, Representative Escar. Thank you.
Is there any more discussion? If there is, seeing none, the motion is for the adoption of SJM 19-001. Is there any objection to taking a voice vote? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. SJM 19-001 is adopted. Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I move that today's roll call be added as co-sponsors.
Thank you. Seeing no objection, the current roll will be added as co-sponsors.
Go ahead, Judy. On your
Representative Mr. Randall, please read the title of SJM 19-002.
Senate Joint Memorial 2 by Senators Crowder and Quorum, also Representatives Escar and Catlin, concerning memorializing the United States Congress to enact legislation directing the United States Army Corps of Engineers in conjunction and cooperation with the Lower Arkansas Valley Water Conservancy District to dredge a portion of the Arkansas River.
Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I move Senate Joint Memorial 19002 and ask that it not be read at length.
Thank you. Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. Members, again, this is another memorial that started in the Senate, passed unanimously, came through our House Rural Affairs Committee as well, and I should mention both of these memorials also came out of the Interim Water Resources Review Committee. I'm going to go ahead and let Representative Catlin talk a little bit more about this one so I don't steal the microphone all day.
Representative Catlin.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. It's an honor to serve with you.
And it's definitely an honor to serve with you.
Thank you. You know, we get an opportunity once in a while for us to tell the federales, hey, you need to do something. And this is one of those. This is an opportunity for us to, the Arkansas River is so full of mud and debris from the recent fires and from over 50 years of accumulation that the bottom of that river has raised 16 feet. So in other words, it doesn't have a channel. So whenever there's a high water event, the people that live there are flooded. There's a pinch point in La Junta, where North La Junta and the other side, they get flooded whenever there's a high water event. Not just flooded, but considering building houses on stilts. Come on, this is Colorado. We don't build houses on stilts. You know, we bring in fieldstone and build a good solid foundation rather than a stilt. But here's the deal. This is an opportunity to get this river dredged by the people down there with an approval from the Army Corps of Engineers. This needs to be done. This should be done. And we have an opportunity now to say to the federal government, this needs to be done. It needs to be done now. Come on, let's do it.
Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. So far, 6 islands have been removed that were 530 cubic yards of sedimentation. Just to put it in perspective, though, there is one final island left to be dredged, and that's 120 feet long, 43 feet wide, 4 feet deep, and approximately 764 cubic yards. So what we have left to do is still more than all the islands they've already removed. So we're asking Congress to immediately enact legislation that directs the United States Army Corps of Engineers, as they operate and maintain 12,000 miles of commercial inland navigation channels. We consider this one of those, in conjunction and cooperation with the Lower Arkansas Valley Water Conservancy District to dredge this portion of the Lower Arkansas River. We ask for your support in sending this message to our delegation.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Yes, Representative D. Valdez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem, and it's an honor to serve with you.
And it's an honor to serve with you.
Thank you, Representative Catlin, Representative Escar, for bringing this Senate Joint Memorial 19002 to the House. And as I have lived in Benton County in Los Animas back in 2010, while I was working for the United States Department of Agriculture and Natural Resources, I learned firsthand and saw how much debris was building up along the Arkansas River with the Salt Creek, Salt Cedar, and other brush, how it was changing the river channel itself. We need to continue to do more stream bank restoration, increase our conservation habitats, which includes the biology and ecology of the river. So thank you very much, and I fully support it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is for the adoption of SJM 19-002. Is there any objection to taking a voice vote? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. SJM 19-002 passes. Representative Escar.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We move that today's roll call be added as co-sponsors.
Seeing no objection, the current roll call will be added as co-sponsors. Thank you. Mr. Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I move to lay over the balance of the calendar until tomorrow, Thursday, February 14th.
Thank you. The motion is to lay over the calendar until February the 14th, 9 a.m. All in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, no. Some don't want to leave. The motion passes. The House will stay in recess until later today.